Right now, police are raising the reward for information about the killing of a 13-year-old boy in a mall parking lot. Phoenix Day died at Town Center of Aurora nearly 6 months ago. Investigators just put out these new pictures of witnesses that they're trying to find. Police say that Phoenix's group of friends got into an argument with another group before the shooting. Investigators say they've made a lot of progress in the case, but they need to talk to the witnesses in these pictures. The reward for information is now up to $10,000.
Two of the teenagers accused of killing a young woman by throwing a rock through her car are now facing new charges in a similar case. Prosecutors in Jefferson County say back on April 1st, Mitch Karolchik and Joe Koenig took the head of a statue and threw it at a moving car in Arvada near 82nd and Alkire. No one in the car was hurt. Then a few weeks later, prosecutors say the two teens and a third 18-year-old threw rocks at 7 cars. In one case, a rock hit 20-year-old Alexa Bartel in the head, killing her. The 3 teens were already facing murder and attempted murder charges for that. Now Karolchik and Koenig are also facing new attempted murder and attempted assault charges for the first case.
Happening later today, Boulder City Council is expected to vote on the police department's new reimagined policing plan. The plan is looking to try a more holistic approach to fighting crime. The department says its main strategy is problem-solving policing. The plan focuses more on using crime data to identify patterns. They want to find if there's a trend in certain crimes in some areas and try to find solutions instead of making arrests. Boulder PD says it's seeing an increase in violent crimes, and they're hoping this new strategy will help them out.
Imagine a city without drive-throughs, not for fast food, for pharmacies, or even car washes. Now, news reporter Brianna Fernandez is joining us live in Golden. Brianna, the city of Golden's considering getting rid of them.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Good morning, Corey. So right now, the city of Golden has roughly 20 drive-throughs all along the city. And while we were driving here, most of them are located right along South Golden Road. And what I've noticed is that it's fast food chains, it's coffee shops, pharmacies, as well as banks. So the last time a drive-through was approved here in the city of Golden was in 2019. So drive-throughs are only allowed in the city by special use permits that are reviewed and approved by Planning Commission. So officials say over the years, drive-throughs have become popular because of the convenience of getting what you need without getting out of your car. And lots of popular chains use drive-throughs as well, like McDonald's as well as Starbucks. So city officials say they have a few reasons to consider limiting drive-throughs: traffic jams, bike and pedestrian safety, and the effects of idling cars and air quality as well. And Golden is not alone. Cities like Minneapolis, Fairhaven, New Jersey, Crevcoeur, Missouri, and New York have also banned new drive-throughs in recent years. Pittsburgh and Mesa, Arizona have also considered restrictions. So here in Golden, what the city is trying to do is that they're trying to get community engagement. They're trying to do a survey first before they go through that decision of banning or limiting drive-throughs. They say that survey is probably going to happen by the end of the year. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens and what the city of Golden does when it comes to drive-throughs. Corey?
How are you going to get your double-double now?
I know. I actually had a viewer just message me and he's like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. How am I going to get what I need?
It's so true. Well, we'll see what they vote on. All right, Brianna, thank you.
Former Mesa County Clerk Tina Peters has a new legal team and a new trial date. She is facing felony charges for election tampering. Now she won't go on trial until next year. Peters has claimed without evidence that Colorado's elections are rigged. Prosecutors say that Peters breached Mesa County's voting system in search of election fraud. She admits that turning over information to fellow election conspiracy theorists. Last month, Peters spoke at an election deniers conference hosted by MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell, where she said that Marxists and globalists were attempting to take over the country. Peters has a standing offer from the Colorado Republican Party for an official role working on election integrity issues while she awaits trial. That's now scheduled for February 9th.
A new lawsuit could keep Donald Trump off the 2024 ballot. The lawsuit cites part of the 14th Amendment, saying being part of an insurrection can disqualify you from running for office. 6 Republican and unaffiliated voters are joining a liberal group out of Washington, D.C. for this lawsuit. The group has used this argument before and won. Last year, they successfully sued to remove a New Mexico County commissioner who was part of the January 6th insurrection. It was the first time the 14th Amendment has been used like this in more than a century. A similar challenge in Georgia over Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene was rejected. Attorneys say win or lose, this case will likely be appealed.
Eventually, we're going to go to the Supreme Court, and that will have a domino effect across other states as well. Some states don't have the laws that we do, the state laws that allow for a challenge.
We asked why Colorado's Democratic Secretary of State Jenna Griswold doesn't have the power to review someone's eligibility for the ballot ahead of a lawsuit. Her office told us she's hopeful this case will provide guidance to election managers.
And this morning, it's been a week since an inmate escaped a state prison in Pennsylvania, and now new video shows exactly how he did it. You can see Danilo Cavalsante walk around a corner, put his hands and feet against the opposite walls, and then watch this. Yeah, here we go. Starts to crab walk right up those walls. Investigators say that once he got to the roof, Cavalsante climbed through razor wire to get out of the prison walls. That extra wire is actually there because this has happened before. An inmate escaped that exact same way earlier this year. Police are still searching for Cavalsante. He was in prison on murder charges, and police say he could be dangerous.
It's 6:08 right now, and the number of people hospitalized with COVID is going up, but doctors say the cases aren't as severe as they used to be. According to the CDC, around 150,000 people were hospitalized in January. That number dropped to about 6,300 in June, and now it's back up to more than 17,000 as of the end of August. Doctors say people who are hospitalized seem to be responding better to treatment than earlier in the pandemic. They say this variant that's circulating now doesn't seem to be as severe, and the CDC says around 95% of Americans now have some kind of immunity, either because they've had COVID before or because they're vaccinated.
The FDA could approve a new version of the COVID booster shot by tomorrow. The latest booster is designed to target an Omicron subvariant, but experts say it should work against other subvariants as well. If the FDA approves the new boosters, the CDC will have to do the same before they're available to the public. This time around, the cost of the vaccines will not be covered by the federal government, but most insurers are expected to cover the shots.